Hey bees, I'm Marie from Humblebee and Me, and today we are making this gorgeous coconut massage butter. If you like massages, you're gonna love this stuff. So typically I have made massage oils, and this, as you can see, is a massage butter. But it doesn't contain any waxes, and that's because waxes, when rubbed into the skin, they tend to build up sort of some skid and some warmth and some kind of texture that's really not pleasurable in a massage. So this is a super gorgeous, quite soft, incredibly slippy, just stunning massage butter. You don't have to worry about spilling it, which is great. Once you kind of get it in your hand, you can kind of steer it where you want it. You don't have to worry about getting oil all over your sheets by accident. It's just, this stuff is really cool. The wonderful slip in this massage butter comes from quite a lot of ingredients. Most of the ingredients are working towards good slippiness, but some sort of more so than others. So the majority, the largest ingredient we have in here is coconut oil. And coconut oil, I find, melts down to the skin really, really quickly. The melting point is about 24, so that totally makes sense, 24 degrees Celsius. Melts down on the skin really, really quickly, liquefies, and then is very oily. It just slides and slides and slides forever. So I find it makes a really great massage oil. And then to thicken it, we have some cetyl alcohol, which is also gorgeously slippy and wonderful and gorgeous, and please don't substitute that out. And then I've also included just a touch of dimethicone. You don't have to use it if you don't want to. Go down to the description box, click through to the blog. There's a big list of substitutions at the end of it if you don't want to use it, but it does contribute the most amazing, long-lasting slip and is just stunning. Something else I've included in this massage butter that I wouldn't usually put in a massage oil is some BTMS 50. So BTMS 50 is a solid conditioning emulsifying wax. And so we are including this mostly for the conditioning because it's just gorgeous. It leaves this beautiful sort of almost powdery, velvety feel on the skin that's just decadent. But because it's an emulsifier, it does mean that this massage butter will wash out of fabrics more easily than plain oil. So if you do happen to get some of it on your sheets or on your shirt or something, it will wash out more easily, which, great, right? I have elected to leave this unscented because the coconut oil, the virgin coconut oil, brings the most amazing soft coconut scent that's just absolutely gorgeous. If you did want to incorporate a little bit of essential oil or fragrance oil sort of to your taste, I'd probably keep it to around 0.5% or less, because when you're working it on the skin, the warmth of the skin really intensifies the scent. But you would just want to knock that 0.5% off of one of the liquid oils. So I've used fractionated coconut oil and safflower oil. So you just kind of want to knock that off and then make up the difference with your added scent of choice. Since this is just a simple anhydrous project, it's very simple to make. We're basically just melting everything together and stirring it and then letting it cool. And that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, anything about substitutions or scaling or where to buy ingredients or process, please go down to the description box and click through to this recipe on the blog on humblebeeandme.com. You'll probably get your answer in about 10 seconds instead of about 10 days, which is kind of what my average time for getting back to comments on YouTube is right now. So yeah, please do check out the blog if you have a question, especially if it seems like something I should have said in here. I have almost definitely said it on the blog. So let's go make some massage butter. We're going to begin by combining our heated phase ingredients in a heat-resistant glass measuring cup. So you're going to need 2.8 grams of BTMS 50, 3.8 grams of cetyl alcohol, 6 grams of fractionated coconut oil, 10 grams of safflower oil, 16 grams of virgin coconut oil, and 3 grams of dimethicone 350. And please remember, if there's anything in here you don't have or don't want to use, please go down to the description box and click through to the blog where you'll find a bunch of information on substitutions and information on where to buy ingredients. Up next is melting everything together. I find that BTMS 50 does not melt very well for me on the stove, so I'm going to do this in the microwave in a couple short 15-second bursts, stirring between each burst. So 5 15-second bursts later and we're all melted, and you can see that it's already starting to opacify again as it cools. So I'm going to pop this in a water bath or an ice bath here just to kind of speed this along. Now that this has cooled down, I'm going to add our cool down ingredient with just some vitamin E. Dry this off, grab our scale, turn that on. and we need 1/2 gram of vitamin E. I'm going to cool this down a wee bit more before we move it to our container. Because this doesn't contain any hardening waxes, it's not going to set up really quickly, so I like to kind of give it a kick start by cooling it in a water bath. For our container, I'm going to use this shallow 50 milliliter jar from Humblebee. They come in black and white, and I like them in black for this project because this project is really white on its own. So this is starting to kind of really thicken up, and I'm starting to get clumps, so I'm going to move pretty quickly here. We are done with that. Give this a stir and quickly transfer it into our container. Now ideally I would have poured it probably about 5 seconds before I did, and I got all distracted talking to you guys. So hopefully you won't be talking to a bunch of people and you'll manage to get a little bit of a prettier pour than that. I could also gently reheat it, but it's really strictly aesthetic at this point in time. So I'm just going to leave that to fully set up now. Once it's set up, you're ready to rock and roll. So this is wonderfully soft and creamy and just absolutely gorgeous. I think if you lived in a warmer climate than I do, you could probably even get away with putting it in a squeeze bottle. I just am fairly certain that at some point in time it's going to be cold enough in here that this wouldn't squeeze out. But it just has the most gorgeous slip. Like it just goes and goes and goes and goes for ages and leaves the skin with the most amazing, long-lasting, wonderful velvety finish. It's just, oh my goodness, it's just absolutely lovely. So yeah, you just made some gorgeous coconut massage butter. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and do remember to go down to the description box below this video and click through to this recipe on my blog, humblebeeandme.com. You'll find links to all of the ingredients, information on substitutions and scaling, and a ton more useful information. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.